What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So I've been using this keyboard for a couple months now. I do apologize if I pronounce the name of the company, Doco. Their keyboard for the iPad Mini 6. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below if you do want to take a look. But I have some thoughts about this, and I think you should hear me out before you do pick it up. It's good, but there are also some things to keep in mind. So without further delay, let's dive right in. Now, starting things off, why would I ever get a keyboard for the iPad Mini 6? Like, this is a really small iPad. Why would you need a keyboard for this device? Well, I don't need an iPad Pro, but I also don't need a larger iPad Air or the 10th gen iPad. I absolutely love this. It's big enough for me, and it's easy to hold and carry and to use for a bunch of different things. Now, how do I use iPad Mini 6 on the daily? Making wallpapers, first of all. This is my latest wallpaper. It is called Jello. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below if you do want to take a look. So I do make all my wallpapers on the iPad Mini 6 with Procreate. Now I'm also using it for Notion template tracking my finances, but also tracking my YouTube video planning for the channel. Again, I'll be leaving links in the description down below if you want to take a look. They really have helped me become more productive and to stay on track, both in finances, but also in general productivity. So that's a huge plus. And also, I'm writing Medium articles. And when I'm writing Medium articles on the go, I don't want to carry my MacBook Air, but I also don't want to just type it up on my smartphone. So this is the perfect device to type those up. I'm not video editing. I'm not doing any heavy intensive tasks on here. So typing is really the only thing that requires me to use a larger display, which iPad Mini 6, I think, is the perfect display size. And that's what kind of made me get the Doco keyboard, because it feels good, it types good, and I feel like I'm using a mini computer, even though iPad Mini 6 is not meant to be a MacBook replacement. I think that if you're going on the go for a couple days and you just don't want to bring your MacBook, this is a really good alternative. Now let's start talking about this case, the keyboard case. So this does feel really sturdy in the hand. An iPad Mini 6 does connect magnetically. It feels sturdy in the hand. However, the magnets themselves, they don't feel really that sturdy. And when I want to pick it up, there's no really part of the case that I can pick up without the iPad falling. So when I'm picking up the iPad or lifting it, I have to hold the bottom of the iPad to kind of hold it in place. And that's the first part. When trying to use it, it's a little bit difficult. Also, using Apple Pencil when it's attached to this, it just, when I'm going to fold it real quick, sometimes it slides underneath, and just because of the hassle. These are things that I've noticed in my period of using this keyboard. Now, it is USB-C, which I am happy with right over here, because iPad Mini 6 is also USB-C. Many other keyboards I've tried in the past, they're a micro USB, and I'm like, I don't want to carry another micro USB cable. One cable for all. I MagSafe my iPhone 14 Pro Max, so I don't need to carry a lightning cable for that. Well, now I do, because AirPods Max are lightning. But for the most part, I like having one cable for all my devices. Now, the one thing I do like is that this device has a backlit keyboard, 3 levels of brightness, and a 7-color rainbow backlit keyboard. Now, some of the questions I had on my initial videos, well, how do you connect this? It connects through Bluetooth. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go into Bluetooth, and right now it shows that it's connected, the iPad keyboard. So if I go, and in fact, you can use this trackpad to kind of, sometimes it's responsive, it's sometimes not responsive, and since this is a touch screen, I sometimes prefer doing this instead of using this all the time. So let's go into the browser and let's quickly type up, I don't know, let's go to Phone Arena. Now, it is a small device, which means smaller keyboard, and at first you do struggle, but you do get used to it after a while. It feels good in the hand overall. Like, typing is not too bad. Again, since it's small, like the letters themselves are kind of scrunched and really close to each other, but it's very responsive. So let's continue in mobile web. And if you want to check out my Medium, I use it a lot to write articles that I probably won't be making videos on YouTube. So definitely be sure to check them out. They got some really good articles on Medium. Now, going back to this home screen, this keyboard, it has a 360-degree rotation, so you can use it in a bunch of different ways. They're normal, obviously, if you want to use it like a keyboard. Here you go, and sturdy. Like, it's sturdy in the fact that it's not going to fall real quickly if you place it on a flat surface. This hinge is also rotatable, so if you don't want to like deal with a keyboard and you just want to watch some videos or whatnot, you just move it around just like that, and you are all set to go. You can lay completely flat and just get rid of the keyboard. It becomes a little thick, but that's okay. Like, I don't need to worry about, or you can just pop it out. It's really up to you. So there are a bunch of different ways to use this device. You can lay it down flat, but overall there's a bunch of different ways to use it. And I like, and it's really, that part is also sturdy. You hear it click. You feel that click, so you know it's going to stay in place. It's not going to wobble around when you're using it like this and you're not using the keyboard. It's not going to wobble around. Or when you're using the keyboard, it's not going to wobble around either. The one thing I kind of would love to see, maybe in future models they might make it something where I can protect this, like slide in the iPad so it stays more secure, and an easier way to lift it, because like this magnet is just not that strong. That's one of the things I noticed. Like, I want to pick it up. There you go. Like, it's not picking up the iPad. The iPad, look, just see how it is. That's one of the back draws of it, but I've gotten used to it. My overall experience of typing on this keyboard has been great. So those are the things that I noticed with this keyboard. Now, would I recommend picking this up? Yes, I would. Why? Because I've tried a bunch of different keyboards and this has just been the easiest one overall. The Bluetooth has been great. You do get a trackpad and you get a keyboard in one, and it acts as a case too. It's got a hinge that's 360-degree rotatable. You can use it a bunch of different ways. Many other keyboards I've come across don't have that. They don't have a 7-color rainbow backlit keyboard. They don't have 3 levels of brightness for that keyboard. They don't have USB-C to charge the keyboard. And charging, just keep in mind, it does last about 6 hours in my use, 6 hours to charge, or 6 hours on one charge, but it takes quite a while, more than 2 hours to charge the keyboard itself. But it does last quite a long time. Overall, like, I would recommend this keyboard as an iPad mini 6, maybe with updates to iPad mini 7, who knows, just a dream, but we might get something like a magic keyboard for iPad mini 7, I don't know, or ProMotion, I don't know about that either, but I do have an iPad mini 7 rumor video if you want to check that out, it's on the channel. But yeah, that's really been it. I like this Doko keyboard. Maybe use better, stronger materials. It feels cheap, it's sturdy, but it feels cheap, and just think of a different way to kind of lift the iPad and secure it. Like, it's not safe, it's not being protected on the sides. So just something to keep in mind. I like it though, good job. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to superman the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.